Welcome back to the channel. On this video, we're going to talk through how you can make £10,000 as a personal trainer online before Christmas. So at the filming of this video, we are mid-October, okay? So that gives us 6 weeks to generate as much cash as possible before the Christmas kind of wind down, slow down starts coming in. I'm going to walk you through, if I needed to make £10,000 in my business over the next 6 weeks, exactly what I would do if I didn't have access to a big audience, if I didn't have access to an ad budget, okay, and I couldn't acquire customers through paid. So the first thing you need to think about when you're looking at generating cash in a short amount of time is, what is the easiest, simplest, low-hanging fruit that's going to go with what the market wants now, all right? And as you get towards Christmas, you do have a large portion of people that have got 3/4 of the year, okay, nearly all of the year through, without really making a dent on their goals. And as Christmas starts to approach, this is a really good time to capitalize on those people who are feeling a little bit like they've let themselves down, okay? They had big dreams, big aspirations. They really wanted to make a difference this year, and through some reason or other, they haven't managed to do that. As you get through autumn and you start to come towards the end of the year, people start to realize that they really want to do something and make the most out of the last part of the year. So these kind of offers work really well. So if I was looking to make $10,000, okay, or £10,000 or whatever that is in your currency, what I would do is this. I would put together a short, specific offer that's going to take that group of people that are, you know, a little bit upset about the lack of progress this year, and it's going to give them a way to redeem themselves, okay? Now, the reason why I wouldn't go into a 16-week or a 12-week offer right now is because you're going to get the normal kickback of, well, that's going to run over Christmas. And yeah, you can try and deal with that, and you can deal with that quite easily in sales calls, and I'll go through a process of that in another video. But when I've ran this in my own fitness business previously, it's been an absolutely monster offer. So all I've done is taken down my main 16-week or 12-week program into a shorter 6 to 8 week blast, okay? And I'm going to walk you through how you would do that now. So the offer itself, when sometimes you talk about changing the offer, people, you know, really decide to change the whole program. They do something different. Maybe they launch a group program. You know, they kind of look at another business model. And what I'm going to tell you is not to do that, okay? You should still deliver your high level one-to-one coaching, and you should still give them the same level of support and accountability. All we're going to do here is move the promise of the program and move the time frame down. So for example, if you were before selling a program that was 16 weeks and your program was like, you know, drop 20 pounds of fat in the next 16 weeks, you would just alter the length and the promise of the program. So for example, you could do something like lose 10 pounds in the 6 weeks before Christmas, okay? Or how to lose 10 pounds of fat within the next 45 days, okay? So you would just make it a shorter, less committed to length offer, okay? And that works really well because A, it capitalizes on the fact that people realize they've wasted a lot of the year and they want to put some hard extra effort in towards the end of the year. And it also avoids the issue of like, well, what do I do around Christmas, okay? And you can position it as something that sets them up really well for pursuing their goals further in the following year. So all I would do with my offer is bring it down from around 12 to 16 weeks as a normal one to something like 6 to 8. Okay, and you would just have to manipulate the promise that your program usually delivers and bring that down to something that's achievable in 6 to 8 weeks as well. Now, the second thing we're going to talk about is pricing and packaging it. Now, here is where the beauty of a short-term offer is. If you are a good coach and you're delivering good results for your clients, if you're a 12 to 16 week program, you're going to be anything from like 1,000 to 2,000 for your package. Running a 6 to 8 week program allows you to charge less money, basically. So you can still charge your £1,000 or £2,000 for your package. But what I would always recommend is bringing it down in line with the amount of weeks it is. So if your 12-week program is usually £1,000, then I would bring your 6-week program, you know, down to about 500. Now, the beauty of that is, if the result is still strong for the client, if you're promising £10 of fat loss in the next 6 weeks, that is still something that people would pay good money for, okay? People would love to lose £10 by Christmas. The second thing that it does is it makes the upfront investment really manageable for a lot of people. So when you are selling these programs, realistically, you should only be taking either paid in fulls or at best a 2 pay. They shouldn't be spreading the program over any more than that. If they need to spread the program over any more than that, it's your sales process. You're basically just not collecting as much cash as you should be. So you would really heavily incentivize them to pay the £500 upfront, and therefore you're going to collect a lot of cash from this offer. The reason why I would always recommend to collect cash in full when you're doing an offer in October and November is because when you get towards Christmas, other things come into play with people's finances. Okay, a lot of people have holidays, they have, presents to buy, they have extra outgoings. So you really realistically want to collect cash for this offer. You don't want these payment plans to be running towards Christmas, because as people start spending and spending and spending, because people love to spend, you may find that a lot of your payment plans start to run into difficulties, or you have people that are trying, like push payments and stuff like that. You really want to just collect cash with this offer day one. All right. And if you do that correctly, you can sell 20 or 30 of these programs at 500 quid, which means that you would obviously collect 10 to 15 grand in cash within a month. And that would allow you to, see yourself over Christmas, give yourself a nice bit of cash before you start your Christmas shopping and things like that. And also it would just give you a nice safety blanket rolling into the new year when things pick up again, because you are going to be a little bit quiet over the Christmas and New Year period. That's just normal as a fitness coach. So the final thing is, how are we going to get these 20 or 30 sales? Okay. What are we going to do on our social media? How are we going to get these people in? Okay. Now, there's 3 places that you can go to generate the leads for this. All right. And they're all very, very simple. Okay. And all it takes is a little bit of legwork, and you and your thumbs. It doesn't take any fancy ads, no fancy marketing. You don't need anything like that. Okay. There's just 3 different ways. So the first way is that you are going to obviously post this on social media. So you are going to do a blanket 7-day push to get these signups. All right. So you're going to do stories. You're going to post it on your personal Facebook. You're going to post it on your Instagram. You're going to post it to your email list. Okay. And you're going to do 3 separate posts across 5 days. All right. Opening up the spaces, making it scarcity. So, you can only really onboard a certain amount of people for this offer. So pick anywhere between 10 and 20, drive this forward, push it day 1, opening spaces. These aren't going to last long. This is a ridiculous offer for people that want to get in shape before Christmas. Wednesday, again, push again, add some social proof of other results that you've had in 6 to 8 weeks. And then again, on Friday, you're going to do a final push for the final few spaces. And that should really do you, to be honest with you. You've been posting consistently for 3 or 4 weeks before that. That should generally get you a lot of interest, and more than enough interest to generate the sales that you need. But we're going to talk about 2 other ways that you can do this as well. The second thing that you would want to do alongside your social media is you would want to manually outreach every single client that you've ever had, because I bet you now a lot of clients that have finished working with you, within the last year or so, have got back into bad habits. They probably put a little bit more weight back on than they wanted to. And they're probably sat in a position now where they are thinking like your market are, whereas I want to use the last 6 to 8 weeks of the year to set myself up in a good position. So I would go back manually to every single ex-client that you've got, reconnect with them, ask them how they're getting on, okay? Find out where they're at with the health and fitness, and then say, look, I've got this offer. It's absolutely insane. I wanted to give you first look at it because, I've worked with you before and I think we did some really good work together. That will generally pocket a good chunk of sales just on its own. And if you only did that, you could probably sell 10 spaces. The final thing I would do is go back through all of your ex leads for the past year that didn't buy. So anybody that's inquired, anybody that's booked a call but didn't close, anybody that booked a call but didn't show up, okay? All of those people that have actively inquired about your service, I would go back and I would do exactly the same thing to them. Reconnect with them, ask them how they're getting on for the goals for the year, offer them the program, okay? Get them on a call, give them the details and sign them up. I guarantee you, if you put the legwork in on those final 3 things, you can sell anywhere from 10, 15, 20. I've had clients sell 30 or 40 of these, okay, previously. And they've had to actually get some help in to actually onboard all of the clients, because it's something that works extremely well. It gives people a way into your service at a short commitment, financially and time-wise. And it's something that matches up with the market really well at this time of year. So in summary, take your 12 to 16 week offer and pull it down to an offer that's 6 to 8 weeks. Price that accordingly, and you want to look for something around £500 for 6 to 8 weeks. If you're super high ticket, then obviously you can just work that out for yourself pro rata. But usually I see this offer work really well around the £500 mark. And then you want to push the sales onto your social media. You want to go and re-engage all of your ex-clients, and you want to go and re-engage all of your ex-leads. So hopefully that was useful. If you implement that tactic, I guarantee you will be in a much better financial position before Christmas, able to spend a little bit of time off, okay, able to probably spend a little bit more on your Christmas presents and just relax a little bit while the kind of quiet December period goes, and then you can kick it back up in January. So hopefully that was helpful. Leave any comments and questions that you've got in the boxes below, and I'll get back to them, and I'll see you next time.